What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Stock Car Pro Series here on Speed. We are at the Springfield. Is this Springfield or? I think yeah, this is Springfield. We're at Springfield for. Is it? Oh my God, I can't remember. But we're at Springfield for the first dirt race here in the series with these lower division drivers. So this should be how do I say this? If you like racing for the crashes, then you'll be sure to enjoy this one, because this will be a pretty big challenge for these drivers as they try to get used to racing on dirt. Some of these drivers have raced on dirt before, like JJ Yaley, but a lot of these people they have no idea what they're doing. So expect to see a lot of chaos here, because this is a very high speed 1 mile dirt oval. But Kevin Hamlin, of course, is on pole once again here today, with the 20 of Ken Weaver starting who was outside. The 21 of Todd Bosher starts in third, with the 9 of Joey Miller starting in fourth. The pace car is in. Chad Blunt rounds out the top 5, with the 59 of Mark Gibson starting to his outside. Coming off turn 4, we are ready to get this thing underway from Springfield. Here we go. Green flag is in the air, and we're racing on the dirt here in Springfield. And we are ending the season off. The final 3 races right here in Illinois. And the first being in the Springfield Fairgrounds. Then next week we're at the DuQuoin Fairgrounds, a twin track that looks pretty much exactly the same as this one. But we made it through turns 1 and 2 cleanly. Can we make it through the rest of the track pretty cleanly for the first lap? Looks like we're making it through, but these guys are fanning out all over the place. They're about 18 wide back there, but the 99 of Kevin Hamlin leads the first lap as we head back down into turn 1. Watching the cars as they go through. A couple drivers clipping the inside wall, and there goes Walt Brandon, and multiple cars around up into the outside wall. Aaron Crocker's rear end is destroyed. A few more spun further back. That's the 88 of Stephen Wallace, the 11 of Chad Mccombie, the 37 of Zach Chappell's torn up. Big crash, and now racing back to the start caution flag, and more cars are wrecking. Big hits there in turns 3 and 4. Brandon Knupp, Val Wolf among others. 2 big crashes in 1 lap as these drivers struggle to make it through the corners, going at such high speeds and having to slow down. And they just carry a little bit too much speed into the turns, and around they go. They lose grip, and around they go. A couple cars wrecking under caution now. Walt Brandon in the 65 goes around. I apologize if I sound a little off here today. I'm still under the weather just a little bit, but I should be alright. Let's go back now and take a look at what brought out the caution here on lap 2 here today. Multiple crashes are the cause for it, and it all started back here. The 65 of Walt Brandon on the bottom, trying to take him 4 wide heading into turn 1. He clips the inside wall, slides up the racetrack into Mike Buckley. They slide up the racetrack. That turns Aaron Crocker around. Josh Allison has nowhere to go. G.R. Smith gets collected in the 19, and they all go up into the outside wall pretty hard. And then further back behind them, I believe the same thing happened. Zach Chappell got down into the inside wall as he tried to make the corner just as small as he possibly could, or as short as he possibly could. And he slid up, got into the 88. The 11 of Mccombie slides up. Butch Jarvis just avoids getting collected in that. The 11 gets caught up in it as well. And then further down here, that's the first wreck. Brandon was actually able to keep it going. He didn't really get too much of it. But then heading down into turns 3 and 4, watch this. Multiple drivers just losing grip here. Valeria Wolf, among others, just straight up lost it heading down into turn 3. There's 54 Frank Caphammer just losing grip down there as he got into the corner. A little bit too hot there. Just multiple drivers getting in too deep, and that resulted in more cars getting torn up here, heading down into the corner. You see the 56 97, there goes the 46 of Frank Kimmel sliding into it. Hard hit for him there. Bill Eversole, nowhere to go. The 34, Daryl Basham trying to avoid and get on the brakes. Slides up into the outside wall. Brandon Nutt, Butch Jarvis, who just narrowly avoided the first wreck. Tim Turner, Walt Brannon. I mean, pretty much everybody else in the back half of the field. Let's watch this again from this angle. Cap Hammer got in too hot. Everybody did. Multiple cars just, oh man, some big hits there. Robert Richardson in the 33 down there as well. So, let's watch it one more time here before we go to our onboards. Watch the 97. They all just get in too deep. I mean, 4 cars simultaneously slide up, and then everybody starts stacking up behind as they tried to slow down. Let's go on board with the 97 car here, Val Wolf. Let's see what she saw in this as she got down into turn 3. A little bit too deep there. Let's watch this. Heading down into turn 3, and around it goes. Into the outside wall, just no grip, and then people come piling into it. Some hard hits there. Let's go on board with the 46 of Frank Kimmel, who slid into that and made big time contact with Frank Caphammer. Watch this. Oh, it's a pretty big impact right there. 46 got in just way too deep as we watch it again from his back bumper. Bang! Right in the back of the 54. Let's go on board with Aaron Crocker here in the 98. So what happened down in turns 1 and 2. That's just a tough break for her. So that was about 6-7 cars in the first wreck down in turn 1. Then heading down into 3 and 4, the same lap, we collect another 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 cars in turns 3 and 4. This is going to be one chaotic race. Let's watch Walt Brannon here. Just lost traction again as he tried to check up. Didn't get too heavy contact in that. He's going to be able to keep it going here. I don't see any significant damage on that 65 car, but he was technically involved in both wrecks. And then watch this. Brannon in the 65 heads down into turn 1 again under caution, and the car just snaps, and around he goes into the outside wall, destroying the rear end of that car. Just a tough break. Look at the 54 Frank Halfhammer smoke rolling out of that car. He's not gonna. Yeah, he's done for today for sure. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the SCPS here on. Something's wrong with Robert Richardson Jr. But anyways, welcome back to the SCPS here on Speed. We are about to get going. Green once again here from Springfield, excuse me. The first ever dirt race here with these in this series with these drivers. And oh boy, if you expected chaos, you've already got it here. Lap 2, we already had a big wreck. Robert Richardson starting in front of the field. Oh boy, this isn't going to end well. The 33 driver, a lot of crash damage to that race car starting in front of the pack. He's going to get it rolling again here. These drivers going to have to avoid him. Green flag back in the air, heading through 1 and 2. These drivers, looks like they're making it through cleanly. Good job there. Oh, Richardson about got turned there in the 33. They're splitting them 4 wide for a split second there. And now, oh! Hard hits. Multiple cars up into the outside wall. They're keeping it going for now. I don't see anybody backwards. Never mind. There's a few cars turned sideways back there. That's going to bring out another caution. Brandon Nupp, Bill Eversole. Drivers that were already involved in the crash here today. Oh, another one. Stephen Wallace up into the outside wall. In turns 1 and 2 under the yellow. Looks like another situation with what happened with the 65 of Walt Brandon under the last caution. So we've only got one car out of the race. Stephen Wallace, as we watch him through 3 and 4, he was popping it sideways big time there through the corner to begin with. I think he was getting it a little bit too sideways as he was trying to get the car to turn, and it just got away from him there. Yeah, look. Oh, wow. He lost it before he even entered the corner. Let's see what brought out the caution though. We had a couple of cars in the back getting up into the outside wall. I believe it was the 08 of Bill Eversole and the 96 of Brandon Nupp who got up into the wall there. Let's see what happened here. These two had already been involved in the crash, and oh wow, they just lost grip mid-corner. Tim Turner gets collected as well. Yeah, those cars got into the turn and they didn't even attempt to stick there. They just slid right up into the outside wall. These drivers trying to see, just trying to learn as we go on here. Remember, there's no practice in any of these series. It's really just qualifying and racing. So a lot of these drivers took qualifying a little bit cautiously just so they could make the field, and now they're in the race trying to test their boundaries, and it's just not ending well. Let's take another break. I doubt we'll have... Oh no! Kevin Hamlin, your race leader, is blowing up here. Something wrong with that 99 car. Is smoking as we are about to go green, and he's going to come to a stop here on the back straightaway. Just a tough break for Kevin Hamlin, your points leader, out of it, but he's got such a huge points gap. I don't think anyone's really going to have a chance to catch him in his final couple of races. He's pretty much got it locked up. But the green flag is back in the air. The 99 is off the track now. Chad Blunt is now your race leader, and we're about to have a fair race here. Look at the two of J.J. Yaley. Yaley's raced on dirt before. I don't think he's raced on the track this high speed or this long, or really on a dirt track in these types of cars, but he's still got some dirt experience, so he should know what to do as we head through 3 or 4. And, oh, multiple cars in the outside wall. Frank Kimmel's one. Oh, sliding into it. Bill Eversole, Val Wolf, Chad Mccombie's destroyed. G.R. Smith, among others, with heavy damage here. And the caution is out once again. Man, look at the 08 of Eversole. That car is killed. Aaron Crocker as well. Man, what happened back here? A lot of these drivers slid in as they tried to check up, as they saw the wreck happening ahead. But what happened to initially start all of this is in question. Heading through 3 and 4. Caution was already out. I'm not sure why. It looks like for the 96 of Brandon Nupp going around in turn 1. Turns 1 and 2. Oh, Walt Brandon did as well. Brandon not having a good time here today. This is technically his 4th wreck that he's been involved in today. 3 of them came around the same, like in the span of a lap. Then Brandon gets involved in this one. Brandon Nupp as well. And then heading down into 3 and 4, somebody just lost grip, it seems. Heading down into the corner once again. Oh my goodness, that is a hard hit for the 10 of Craig Kinser. The car just got from under him, and he went hard up into the outside wall. And then drivers trying to get underneath. Like the 19 of G.R. Smith, Daryl Basham, Chad Mccombie, all these guys lose grip. Val Wolf. Oh, that's a hard hit for her as well. And then Bill Eversole slides in late, slammed into the 98 car. Absolutely KO'd Aaron Crocker. Frank Kimmel is going to have an onboard in this. Let's go on board with him in the 46. Once again, being being involved in a crash. He didn't really get too much of it there. At least not compared to these guys up here who just absolutely ate it. Let's go on board with the 97 of Val Wolf. Oh. There's really no crumble zones left on the rear end of that car, so every hit's gonna feel a lot worse now. Let's go on board with Aaron Crocker. She went in hard, and then watch this. Oh my goodness, that is a huge impact, and that killed that 98 car. Luckily everyone is okay. Before we start calling this track unsafe, we really need to look at the drivers here. A lot of these guys have no dirt experience whatsoever, and it's showing big time here, as a lot of these guys they just really, I mean, I guess we probably shouldn't have put a dirt track on the schedule, 2 dirt tracks on the schedule back to back in this the first season of this series, but oh man, what can I say? I mean, this is basically just, this is really based off the 2005 ARCA schedule with no Salem. So what can I mean, shoot, let's go on board with Chad Mccombie. Oh, he got sideways in reaction to these cars getting sideways in front of him, and he tried to get on the brakes. You saw the 19 of G.R. Smith starting to lose it, then Daryl Basham started sliding up, and he's just going to get sandwiched here between these 2 cars, and that killed that 11 car. Another big crash here from the Springfield Fairgrounds. Taking a bunch of inexperienced drivers to a dirt track probably wasn't the best idea, but oh my goodness, that is a hard hit. I cannot get over that. How hard of a hit that was. The 86 watt, or the 08. I'm not sure where I got 86 from. The 08 of Bill Eversole. Watch. Middle of your screen. Towards the, look down to the left a little bit. Oh my goodness. The 08 just flew in there, man. I'm not sure what he was doing. Let's see if we can get a view of that 08 car from his onboard here. Oh man, he was absolutely hauling his way through the corner, and as the car started to slide back down the banking a little bit, he got on the brakes and tried to slow down, and the car just got out from underneath him, and he plowed right into that 98. Yeah, these drivers are learning on dirt. You can't really just get on the brakes and try to avoid these things as well as you can on asphalt. You have to be a little bit more careful with your brake input. Can't just, I mean, on asphalt, you can get on the brakes and maybe you'll lock the brakes a little bit, but as long as you don't hit anything, you just need new tires. On dirt, you hit the brakes too hard, and I mean on asphalt too, you hit the brakes too hard and you spin, but on dirt, it's easier for you to just spin yourself. There's less grip on dirt, obviously. You can't really give too much input on anything too hard. But the green flag is back in the air. We're racing once again from Springfield, and oh boy, here we go again. Through 1 and 2. Everyone's making it through fine. But here comes Todd Bosher in the 21 to the inside of Chad Blunt down the back straightaway. Heading down into turn 3. Driver starting to make it through pretty clear. Oh, never mind. I hear a car hitting the wall. Another one slides in. Oh, big crash. Walt Brannon sends the 97 up on her side late with a pretty big impact, and the caution comes out once again. Val Wolf not having a good day. Walt Brannon is definitely not having a good day. This is Val's, I believe, her 3rd wreck of the day. And the 65, this is his 5th or 6th wreck of the day. So, neither one of them having a good time here. Let's go on board with that 97. Heading down the back stretch. Shifts up in the 4th. Trying to get through the corner, and they all just run out of... Oh, man. And watch as Brandon comes in. Oh, my goodness. That was a huge hit. Put her up on her side. She got hit so hard. The car literally got up off the ground. Landed on its side. Watch this. Walt Brannon slides in very late. Another big hit. And man. Wow. Wild ride for Valeria Wolf. As she... Oh my goodness. This is one chaotic race. I'll tell you that. We've had no more than just 2 green flag laps here today. Or really just 1. Because we wrecked on lap 2. So we finished lap 2 under caution technically. But man, we are not getting any green flag laps in here today. That's why these restarts are so crazy for the lead as well, because they know a caution just could come out and we could just have a wreck fest at the end. They need to be out in front if they really want to stay there, because they're not going to have a chance to get a long run and try to run the leader down. They have to do everything now. But we're going to go green once again here. 33 of Robert Richardson, as well as the 84 of Norm Benning pulling up to the inside line. This is going to be a chaotic end to the season. With this, and then DuQuinn up next, and then Chicagoland with the crazy package. Hopefully it won't be too wild. Green flag back in the air. We're racing once again. Todd Bosher tight on the back bumper of that 67 car, and he's gonna dive to the inside. Bosher looking for a win. Oh, Krisiloff and multiple cars up in the outside wall, upside down the 17 of AJ Henriksen. Wild crash in turns 1 and 2 on the restart, and now side by side for the lead as they race back to the caution flag. Chad Blunt was able to hold him off on the high side, and coming out of turn 4, Blunt will see the yellow flag, and he'll have to slow it down big time here after a wild crash in turns 1 and 2. Hit the 17 car up on its roof. Kyle Krisiloff looks to have just lost it on the dirt here. And multiple cars, that's about half the field, wadding them up down in turn 1 on the restart. What happened here? A crazy and terrifying crash. But luckily everybody is okay. And yeah, Krisiloff as well as Joey Miller just lost it. There's Billy Venturini backing it up into the outside wall. The 23 of Jason Jarrett slid up into the wall as well. And then watch this. David Reagan and AJ Henriksen came sliding in. Henriksen, oh my goodness. Okay, let's slow this way down. We need to dissect everything that just happened here. So Henriksen in the 17 and David Reagan lose it. And they're right next to each other. They both slide up the racetrack. Henriksen goes passenger door first into the rear end of the 7 car. That gets both of those cars off the ground. And while the 17, his right side is in the air, here comes David Reagan. That pushes the car further into the air. The car does a blowover from the impact, launches through the air. Look at Krisiloff up on his side as well there from the impact. Henriksen's going to do a full flip, almost a full flip in the air. Comes down on the right front of fender. See Stephen Wallace getting the piece. Henriksen then bounces awkwardly, rolls in a weird way. Krisilov is going to come down on top of David Reagan. He rolls over and goes under his roof. The 79 Turner slides in late at high speeds. There's Frank Kimmel, Craig Kinster, Brandon Knupp. Christy Passmore has damage. The 19 of G.R. Smith was involved in it as well. I mean, multiple. That's about more than half the field involved in this one. And a lot of clean race cars and are now completely destroyed. You see Josh Allison in the 64. Oh, man. G.R. Smith was doing a great job slowing down, trying to avoid it all, and he just got caught up in it. Nowhere to go. Let's go on board with Christy Passmore in the 91. This absolute chaos unfolds here. Watch this. Oh, man. That's a terrible crash. And then the 91. Oh. Just lost it there. Lots of drivers dove down into the corner and just completely lost grip. It's not really much of a groove laid down yet because we haven't really gotten many green flag laps in. So, man, this is a wild race here today. Let's go on board with Jason Jarrett. Watch as he tries to avoid and just loses grip. Bang! Up into the outside wall, gets hit from behind. There's the 64. I mean, multiple cars, numerous cars getting caught up in that. Let's go on board with Stephen Wallace in the 88. Nothing he could do at all. Watch the 19 to G.R. Smith. He was trying to get through. And the 88 got collected in it, spun right up the racetrack, and trying to avoid him, he had to swerve up into Christy Passmore. Watch this. He made a little bit of contact with Daryl Basham there as well. The red flag is in the air if you're just now joining us after a wild crash here from Springfield, as multiple cars are taken out. This terrifying wreck. Watch this from Billy Venturini's on board. Oh my goodness, you can see the hard impacts there. And then another big hit late in that. That looks to be about more. That's at least 10 cars. Maybe more. Most likely more. Wow, my computer is very loud right now. I know you guys are going to be hearing this, so I apologize in advance. But here's the 7 of Kyle Krisilov. It was the first car to get sideways, and oh my goodness, up on top of David Reagan. Watch this as the car comes down and slowly goes up onto its roof. Let's go on board now with the 90 of David Reagan. The 17 did a full flip right over the top of that 90 car. That is a scary view. Something you never want to see. And here's another outside look. That is pretty much every car in the back half of the field. Andy Belmont. Wait, no, that wasn't Andy. That was another silver car. Or a gray car. Here's another look at it. This is the reason for the red flag here. After this wild wreck from Springfield. Let's take one last look at it here. Before we go to break. It's almost like 3 separate wrecks went down there. I forgot to take a look at the onboard of Craig Kinser, but we're going to do that as we go to break. We're going to be right back with more coverage from Springfield in the dropping a green flag after this. Welcome back to the SCPS here from Springfield. A good chunk of the field was involved in a terrifying accident in turns 1 and 2, as we're not even past halfway yet, and already more than half of the cars have damage. This has been a wild race, but for a lot of first-time dirt racers, it's not really sure what you expect, especially in cars that aren't meant to be on dirt. So not really sure what we expected as the green flag flies once again. Chad Blunt with a great jump this time, but I mean, we're probably going to get another caution here on this restart, so it's not going to have too big of a lead for too long here. Oh, around goes Daryl Basham, yep. Oh, and he gets collected by the 46 of Frank Kimmel, and that's going to bring out another caution. Oh, another car's wrecking. More cars. Jarrett Johnson. Oh, there's the 23 of Jason Jarrett. Zach Chappell, among others. As the caution flag is out once again. Let's take another look at it here. See what happened to Daryl Basham first. So on the restart, Basham heading through 1 and 2. He's going to make it through pretty cleanly for the most part, but then loses it on corner exit, or well, towards the middle of the turn, and then Frank Kimmel, nowhere to go. As the 34 came back down the racetrack. He was on the outside of 3 wide there. Couldn't change directions even if he tried, or even if he wanted to. Like, even if he could get the car to just randomly switch directions like that, he wasn't going to be able to. Then in turn 3, Jarrett Johnson slides up into the outside wall, and multiple cars losing grip. Christy Passmore is out. Mike Buckley. I mean, a lot of these guys have been involved in like 2 or 3 wrecks already. A few drivers have been involved in 5 wrecks here today, if not more. Because of all of the chaos. They have a lot of different drivers up inside the top 10. Chad Blunt leading this thing, looking for possibly his second career win. Todd Bosher's in second, looking for his, I believe, his first career win. JJ Yaley looking for his first win. The 20 of Ken Weaver looking for, I believe, his second win. Andy Belmont looking for his first. Mark Gibson looking for his second. Mario Gosselin looking for another win. James Leonard looking for a win here today. Todd Cleaver and Ed Kennedy. Lots of drivers you wouldn't expect to be inside the top 10. Running pretty well here. Kennedy has a lot of damage to the left side of that car, but it's not slowing them down that much. Behind them, Mark Mitchell in the 3. He didn't make any starts in the first half of the season, but now he's here. The 0 of Tim Mitchell. Behind him, the 06 of Butch Jarvis, and then there's the rest of their fields with heavy damage, and then there's the lap car starting on the inside. That's going to stir things up and cause more chaos. Robert Richardson is the first, and he's got a ton of damage to that 33 car. Green flag is back in the air. We're racing once again here from Springfield. And man, if you paid for a demo derby, these fans sure are getting it here today, as we're just now past halfway and we're 34 minutes in. And it looks like this video may end up hitting an hour if the second half of this race goes the way it has so far. But no, they all made it through pretty cleanly there. I'm surprised, to be completely honest. But Chad Blunt in the 67 out in front, leading this race. dominated for the most part ever since Kevin Hamlin blew up on lap 10. We have completed a green flag lap, so that's pretty nice. Now we're looking to complete our second green flag lap and start our third green flag lap here today. That is shocking considering how the rest of this race has gone so far. See if things can stay this way as we head through 3 and 4. Drivers making it, or 1 and 2. Drivers making it through pretty cleanly. Look at Brandon Nupp driving pretty much a modified on the track here today. That car is missing a lot of pieces and parts, and probably has terrible pull. The toe is probably messed up. Tim Turner in the 79 side, he's had enough. He's pulling it in the pit road right about now. And I'm not sure if he's done for today or just trying to... Oh, okay, I guess he had a penalty to serve or something. Hopefully that's not a glitch. Knowing NR, though, it probably is. We've completed about 4 laps on the green... Oh, man, I just jinxed it. Mark Mitchell up in the outside wall. There's Zach Chappell. Oh, more cars. Stephen Wallace, Tim Mitchell, Ed Kennedy, Norm Benning, Andy Belmont. Man, it was fun while it lasted, I guess. We had about 5 green flag laps in there, and then chaos struck once again. What happened here? Oh, the 3 just got in there way too hot and just completely wiped out the 00. Oh, wait, no. Andy Belmont seems to have just lost it on his own. Okay, let's watch the 1. Yeah, Belmont running in the top 5 just completely loses it in front of the field. Goes up into the outside wall. And then reacting to that, the 00 checks up a little bit entering the corner. The 3 gets in hot, not knowing that the 1 is wrecked and wasn't expecting this 00 to check up. He slides trying to avoid him. The 0 slides in. Hard hit for Tim Mitchell into the outside wall. Then Norm Benning packs the 1 car. Here comes Stephen Wallace. Bang! With a late hit there. Josh Allison gets collected. Brandon Nupp got clipped there, but he didn't hit anything too hard. And then Butch Jarvis up on the high side. He's going to zip his way on through. So our longest green flag run of the day, 6 laps maybe, comes to an end right here. Not even 6 laps, like 4 or 5 laps. Comes to an end. We are back under caution once again. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back after this. Alright, getting ready to... Oh, never mind. Green flag back in the air once again. Todd Bosher with a good restart once again. He's going to hop down to the inside of that 67. They are 4 wide. That's not going to end well. How did they make it out of that alive? What? Okay then, that ended well. I'm surprised. Meanwhile, out in front, Todd Bosher to the inside of the 67 once again. Blunt looking to hold on to it on the high side as the 56 goes up into the outside wall, collects the 3 car and multiple others. Tim Mitchell is out. Howard is out. Butch Jarvis with heavy damage. He's been involved in another wreck here today. Oh, and another wreck under caution. The 19 of G.R. Smith, the 28 of Mike Buckley caught up in this one. Oh, and another one, the 3. What are we doing? Okay then. Multiple cars taking themselves out under caution. That's not even really worth looking at. Let's go back, or go ahead, and look at the restart here. We're getting closer and closer to the end, luckily. Only about 16 more laps of this madness here. And the track is I guess you could say the track is a little bit unsafe because there are no safer barriers here. But Todd Bosher, your new leader, looking for his first career win here on the dirt. Oh, there goes 13 of James Leonard, and multiple cars up into the outside wall and into each other very hard. Bringing out another yellow flag here today. This has got to be a record for cautions in a single race. I mean, I don't even know how many yellows we've gotten, but let's see what happened. Let's go ahead and watch it here. Leonard just lost it on his own. So did the 20 of Ken Weaver, the 23 of Jason Jarrett, the 10 of Craig Kinser. They all go up into the outside wall hard and start hitting each other hard. The 12 of Mario Gosselin got sideways as well. And then Brandon Nupp, Butch Jarvis. With more hits there. These drivers start getting it going again. Did they wreck under caution again? We're about to find out. No, looks like they made it through fine. Okay. Yeah, we've only got 15 cars left on the lead lap, and half of those cars are completely destroyed. I mean, green flag is back in the air once again. There's only about 5 good cars left in this race. And I think 2 of those drivers are just kind of laying back, taking it easy for the rest of this race, making sure they don't tear up their equipment. Everybody else just kind of going for it at this point. I mean, with cars this torn up, they really have nothing to lose, and Ken Weaver knows that, because look at him taking it to the inside, 3 wide. Underneath multiple cars, and there goes Leonard up in the outside wall once again. He's in the back. No other cars around him. He's going to keep it going. No caution. And we are within 10 laps to go now. There goes the 33 around. That's going to bring it out. It's going to keep it going, but the caution will wave. Billy Venturini in the wall as well. That is going to bring out a caution for certain now. Oh boy. This race is probably going to end with a yellow. But, yeah, we are coming to 5 to go this time by on the restart, and, yeah, 14 cars on the lead lap. Technically 14 cars can win this thing, but only 5 of those cars don't have serious damage. Ed Kennedy somehow worked his way up into the top 5. Todd Cleaver had an issue of some sort and is out of the race, so yeah, RIP that car, I guess. But now look at this. The 2 of J.J. Yaley gets to the inside of Chad Blunt. To no avail. Blunt. Wait, no. Yeah, to no avail. Blunt is able to hold on the high side. But Yaley, keeping his nose in there, he's going to possibly be able to keep them side by side down the front straightaway and clear the 67 heading into turn 1. Chad Blunt drives it in deep. Side by side for P2. And Todd Bosher out in front, looking to just hang on here and take his first career win. Obviously, you don't want to get your first career win in a demolition derby of a dirt race, but a win is a win. And he was one of the best drivers all day, so even without Kevin Hamlin's, or just, it's not all because of Kevin Hamlin's issues taking him out of the race. He was one of the fastest cars already, so it's technically not Mickey, if you think about it. It's not a Mickey Mouse win. Coming to 2 laps to go, this tie by. Todd Bosher wants to win it under green. He does not want to see the caution flag come out. The race was bad enough on its own. He does not want it to end under yellow and take more credibility away from the win. He just wants to see the checkered flag. and he's got a decent gap as well over the two of J.J. Yaley, who was probably the favorite heading into this race. Yaley just kind of waiting around. May have waited a little bit too long to get on it here. But now he's running that 21 car down just a little bit. White flag in the air one more time around for Todd Bosher. Now these guys in the back, they can wreck, flip, do whatever they want. This race will end under green. And we have an interesting top 10. But it's not important right now. The 10 or the 12 in 10th place is already falling 8 seconds back behind the leader somehow. That pretty much just shows you how this race has been with how many torn up race cars there are. But off of turn 4, Todd Bosher is going to get his first career win here from Springfield. And the chaos is finally over. The race has finally ended. The Demolition Derby has finally ended here from Springfield Fairgrounds. And these drivers can finally pack up the remains of their beaten down race cars and go home. So, oh man, that was I don't even know. But now that these drivers know what to expect next season, hopefully that race here next season will be a little bit better. But that's gonna do it for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Hope to see you guys next time. And until then, peace.